Good morning.
Good morning.
You blowing me kisses?
I am.
Okay.
Can't help it.
Happy Friday. It is morning, right?
It is.
It's actually morning. Okay.
Wait, I'm questioning now.
Just parked here at Bill's Heavy Duty in Castlegar, and we're about to drive down the hill to the new Klesnikov site.
Yeah.
That's obviously not finished. We'll see how this goes. This might get interesting. I'm lost. Yeah, I just stopped at Bill's Heavy Duty here for some washer fluid. And when I walked in, he goes, I've got your parts in for the toolbox. The toolbox handle needs to be replaced. And he finally has the parts in. All right, I have no idea where we are going.
Yeah, there's no
other
sign.
than that building right in front of us.
They really need a sign up here, turn here.
I mean, I have to drive down this road. That part we know.
More signs, I mean.
But which way do we go after that? I look from the highway and it's like we can't go in the way we used to. That's all gated off. So we have to take the actual road now. So that's good to see. This road was blocked off last time I came in here. So it's now unblocked. You can probably still park there overnight in that little gravel pullout down there. I mean, there's snow there. I might get stuck in it. Lots of construction on the building. I don't know where they would want us to park to load. Way in the back there's a truck. I don't know if it's getting loaded or unloaded, but way back there. So we're gonna loop around the building and kind of head that way and see what we can find. Can always move again later on. I can't believe this is a functioning, working factory.
It's happened pretty quick.
We got a roundabout here and then a bike trail or a walking trail.
I wonder how many loads they've gotten out of here, or if this is one of the very first ones, maybe?
Klesnikov, danger, full PP.
They're actually moving a bundle right now.
I guess they might build the glue lamp to finish this building in the factory itself. It'd be cool to say that.
It's going to be more like finished product.
Yeah.
But
and if the outside's supposed to be finished, it would make sense that they put the finished. Oh yeah, they're not even done pouring concrete in the inside. Yeah, the inside's far from done.
I know on the outside here, we see that they don't have like a roof, like a awning.
Awning all the way along. Yeah, you can see the paved or poured concrete on the outside here. I'm not convinced that it is an operating factory. I wonder if they just transferred stuff from the other. I'm going to ask the question, is this actually built in this place? Oh, on this end it started to look like there's actually stuff being done. Okay, so maybe there is a functioning factory on this end already.
There's definitely stuff in there.
Yeah, there's definitely something going on in there, so I don't know.
Oh, ow, oh,
Don't know for sure.
I need a hard hat too.
Just for the rough yard?
Yeah. He's unloading that truck?
It's hard to tell.
Like it's building supplies.
Oh yeah, there's no way that factory's running. Nope, this end is, nope. So they transferred their stuff over here. Okay.
Oh yeah, you see the numbers.
Yeah. Well, we've been here for 5 hours. It's getting dark. And we're not loaded yet. It's turning into one of those days. Now the problem is we're the very first load of this stuff heading out. And they weren't quite ready to send it out, so they are wrapping them up right now as we speak. There's one bundle that they had wrapped before I got here sitting over there. That one's going to go onto the deck, but that one goes on the top, and we've got the rest sitting on top. So we're getting there, and at least we're loading today. Today's Thursday. I know Friday, but we have Friday off. The truck is going in the shop. Truck's idling because Jess goes, I'm getting cold. It's been here 5 hours. We've been sitting here for 5 hours. So she's idling and warming up. And yeah, just got to lift. The one more that they're wrapping right now, got to belly wrap that and then load that one, and then I have to tarp it, and then we get to go. So I guess this is going to turn into a nighttime video because I think it's going to be dark by the time we start recording. But it's a pretty neat building. It's a long building, but fairly narrow. I'm sure I'm not allowed to go inside and record video, so I'm not going to because there's always rules against that. I am on private property, so we'll respect their rules. In the future, maybe I get to talk to a forklift driver on a regular basis and see who I can talk to, and maybe I can show off the inside. But I gotta ask the right people, because I'm sure we're gonna deliver a lot of loads out of this factory. They're basically gonna make CLT and glue lamp panels for finished product, not for the load bearing stuff. The load bearing stuff's going to be built at their other plant. This is going to be for the fine finished, nice and fancy stuff that everybody sees, the public facing stuff. Like these here are actually hollow. I'm mostly carrying sailboat air. They're actually hollow with just upright beams both ways, and then the panel on top, they're for the roof. And the bottom and inside are finished product. The top is rough. So I started putting corners on the bottom belly wrap, and then like, don't need corners. The top is rough. Nobody's gonna see that anyway. They don't care if the corners are a little rounded. So I won't put corners on the rest. But yeah, the front trailer is gonna look just like this one, and then we'll be good to go. Good crew though, really good crew. It's always good to work with a good crew. Figure everything out. Even though we'll get home pretty late today, I think we'll get home today. Worst case, we'll get home early tomorrow morning. There's the Jess warming up. Boom! I didn't scare her enough. Okay, I'll catch up with you guys once we're loaded and tarped, and we'll bail out of here in the dark. All right, we're loaded. Turn my lights on, show you guys what the load looks like. And then we gotta hammer down, go home. We don't have a lot of spare time, but we'll make it home. We'll make it home. Hopefully the roads aren't too icy.
I can kind of look that up, we'll see.
Yes. There she is, all tarped up. Does this make a good thumbnail? I don't know. What do you think? That's a sweet thumbnail, right? Right? Yeah. Oh wait, I don't have super night mode on. Let's go do that before we start driving. Let's go home. It's been a day. It's been a day.
Been a week.
It's been a week. Alrighty. Looks like I have no headlights because the ground is so wet. There we go. Let's go. Today morning it was actually snowing a bit. So hopefully the passes aren't too bad.
Yeah, they're good.
It's a nice wide corner you can get out of there. I like that. I was wondering if I'd have to do a funny corner to make that, but that was lots of room. Okay, we're good. Good to go.
In 400 meters, turn left on Hughes Road, then take the first left.
So basically we're right next to the Castlegar Airport. If you look on a map, we're actually on the airport property.
They did a lease to own for that property with the city.
Okay.
Turn left on Hughes Road, then take the first left.
You know how many years lease it is?
It didn't really say when I saw the article. Or maybe it did and I didn't retain the information.
You know what? I don't really want to stop going uphill, but I guess we're going to have to. With a max weight load, this is going to be a pain. Well, I had no idea when we pulled in. At what time did we pull in?
Like 10:45.
10:45.
Left on Airport Road.
We're leaving
then
now
take the
at
first left.
5:41.
Yeah.
7 hours later.
Yeah, pretty much. But it was a learning curve
For them
Yeah.
and for me, and yeah, make sure we get everything dead on legal.
Turn left on Airport Road, then turn
But
left.
they're really nice people. They really are really nice. They offered to help me bungee the load at the end. I'm like, nah. You guys help me get the
Turn
tarps
left
rolled out
Highway
on top.
3A, then take the first right.
You guys don't have to help me bungee. You guys all can go home. Have a good weekend.
Somehow with some miscommunication, I didn't think we were showing to tomorrow.
Turn right on Highway
Actually, they
3A.
didn't think I was going to show up until Monday morning.
Turn
The-
left
the
on
other
Highway
truck has been
3A,
delayed till
then
Monday
take the first
morning.
right.
Just give me time to do more wrapping.
So they said they're working the weekend. They're going to have everything wrapped for the next truck. So it should be easy peasy.
I know what you said already, but yeah, this was the customer.
Keep right to Highway 3 West.
Oh, I should. Oh, my high beams are off. Okay.
So did he explain that part? I don't know.
What's that?
How this wasn't the shipper that we picked up from technically.
Yeah, technically we picked up from a contractor, the Kelowna contractor for this. They're just assembling these panels over here. I think I talked about that in that other the clip during the daylight still.
So, yeah.
If not, I'll repeat myself.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not sure.
Basically, Klesnikov is building the panels. This construction company is assembling the panels for final production. Assembling them. and they're assembling them over here. They had a choice to assemble them here on a big empty building that's not finished yet, or on the actual actual on-site at the airport in a gravel parking lot with
Continue on Highway 3.
in a tent. It's like, this is better, but now we have to transport these things long distances, so yay.
I'll require a permit. That's how tall it is, so.
Figured all that out. All is good. Gonna make some good time here. Okay, thank you. It's like, when can I merge over? I would love to merge over and let you go, or you just go.
We kind of talked about it before, like you rely on shadows a lot on the road.
Can't rely on shadows at night, can ya? So I don't know if it's safe for me to merge over. I can't see. Because that's about 75 feet behind me. About. With the snow in the morning, I was worried that it would be slippery here, but this all looks really good, so I'm optimistic we'll have no issues.
And I didn't see any warnings or anything when I looked it up.
I know weight definitely is not an issue. We are not even like half full. Not even half. Not even close to half.
So it's really tall but light. Go home and then drop off the truck.
Yep. Go home, drop off the trailer, and then drop Jess off at home so she can jump in the pickup and then drive to the Penticton Kenworth dealership, drop that off, and that way they can work on the manifold exhaust leak.
Which I haven't really noticed this week. I haven't really noticed it this week as much.
They worked on it 2 weeks ago, and the first day it kind of reeked in here, but then after that it was better. So they did some kind of temporary fix that made it better. I snoozed in the yard, just relaxed, watched a bunch of YouTube. It's a pretty chill day.
Very. It was actually getting pretty bored.
Imagine if we had actually done the other load and shown up on site at 2 o'clock, they would have laughed us off site.
They probably would have freaked out. Yeah. But you kind of approach it with the right attitude, and I think they appreciated that.
You know what? When things are not going exactly as planned, that's when it's time to be polite and nice and patient with people.
Especially when you have to work with them for 30 loads. Like,
Yeah, this is the first load and we got 30 loads to go. Let's make sure we start with the right foot here. So basically, I have to be super patient with them. And you know what you do when that happens? You thank them for their patience. I thanked them for their patience for dealing with all the mumble jumble and the miscommunications and stuff like that. When I feel I've been inconvenienced, I'm thanking them for inconveniencing them. It's like, okay, frame of mind. Let's get our, because they're good guys. Let's make sure we have a positive day. Like, make sure that.
Your first impression?
Yeah. One of the guys used to truck for Coca-Cola, so it was nice to talk about stuff there and just shoot the breeze.
Well, he's a truck driver, yeah. Oh, welcome to the US. I bet you that's what it is.
I'm not looking. You go ahead.
Well, I just want to bring up a point of, if you look on the map, we're very clearly in Canada, and we get it every time here.
Yeah, it's a weird, like we're not even close to the border. We're pretty far away from the border, and we get a welcome to the US. It's like, how? How exactly are we in the US? We're climbing at 69 kilometers per hour. Darn, it just changed to 70 kilometers an hour. Instead of climbing up at 20 and 30, 25, 27, 30 kilometers an hour, we're now at 72 kilometers per hour.
Feels fast.
It feels really fast climbing. Speed limit's 100 kilometers per hour. So no, we're not doing the speed limit, but we're gonna make good time getting home. Which is good, because we're a little tight on time, but enough time that we don't have to rush. We just don't want to lollygag around anywhere.
No promises.
Your lights, please. Fucking asshole.
Who's an a-hole and why?
I don't know. That's all I understood. That's all you hear on the radio pretty much. And half the time the other guy doesn't have his radio on, so.
Yeah. I'd say maybe 25% of the trucks out here have a radio. I know the comments always go, all trucks should be running with CB. I'm not. I don't have a CB. I mean, I do have a CB. I don't have a mic. I don't have a microphone plugged into my CB. I hear the CB squawk maybe once or twice a year. CB don't have a long range in the mountains. They're pretty useless. In the flatlands, they're fabulous for long-range communication. Pretty much useless in the mountains. So we use VHF, which uses a different frequency, which bounces around in the mountains a little better, over the mountains a bit better, and gives us longer range. So we use VHF radios, which requires a ham radio license, but the government is super loose on the laws there. As long as your company has a ham radio license, like, as long as you're not inappropriate, well, you know what, forget that. Everybody is inappropriate on the radio. You're never going to get in trouble in Canada for having a ham radio. It's just not an issue. At least not in British Columbia. In the prairies, I don't know what, but in British Columbia, every trucker, well, 25% of the truckers have a VHF radio. And it's the way to communicate here in the mountains. Usually I just have it sitting on LAD 1, most of the chip trucks run on LAD 2. There's a couple different frequencies. Some companies run on certain frequencies. I know which one to switch over to if I see a DCT chambers. I know what channel to switch over to. I don't know what frequency it is, but I know the channel. It just, we call it 100 mile house. Whoever labeled it that. Must be a channel that somebody in a 100 mile house uses, but so if you guys ever see me driving on the road, I'll probably hear you on CB on 19, 19er, or LAD 1. I'll probably hear you on LAD 1. If you have a VHF radio in your truck or pickup or RV, feel free to say hi. Pickups every now and then do.
A lot of them that spend time forestry or pilot cars, or there's some that go out, I think, just hunting and camping that want one for forestry roads.
Just for safety, having a VHF radio in the truck.
Well,
if you do off-roading, it's
yeah,
you're likely going to be able to contact someone.
That's what we thought about getting for the RVs.
I am definitely buying a VHF for our RV.
Yeah.
100% buying a VHF. Might be a handheld one, but I am buying a VHF. Because if I see a big rig coming up behind me, I'll get on the radio and go, hey, driver of such and such a rig, this is the RV in front of you. As soon as you want to pass me, let me know and I'll slow her right down.
It would be like the friendliest RV.
Yep, friendliest RV on the road. So I know what an unfriendly RV is. And if you guys are the RV that passes a big rig going uphill because you're just slightly faster than the big rig going uphill, you're the a-hole. Because as soon as we get up to the top, we're coming down at full speed, man. Well, not full speed, but we're coming down fast, a lot faster than you are, because you've never driven in BC mountains before around these corners. We're not slowing down for the corners. We're going to be on your bumper very quick. Then we're going to have to work for half an hour to pass you, and then here comes the next pass. That next big steep climb, guess what? You pass us again. Then we got to work around you again. It's so annoying.
I've been saying, you know these highways inside and out, like back of your hand. You've driven these.
There is no blind corner. We know what speed we can hit every corner with the amount of weight you have on the back. You know what gear to come down in. And yes, some trucks are going to be slow downhill. If they're slow downhill, go ahead, pass them. Because depending on the weight and depending on their experience, because the truck might be from Manitoba too, and the first time in these mountains, that driver's going to be slow downhill if he's smart. If he's going downhill fast, follow him because it might get exciting. There might be white plumes of smoke coming from his brakes soon.
We have the radio on most of the day while we're waiting to load. And there's like, man, this guy has his tire locked up.
Oh yeah, on the radio.
And another one is like, what did he do to the top of your box there? Rip the tarp off?
Yeah, I was not expecting this to become a nighttime video, but here we are, shooting another nighttime video.
don't know. That didn't go. I don't know. I had this headache all day.
Yeah. Jess is going to stay home the next week, maybe more than 1 week, because she's going to change her medication dose again and all that. So better not to be on the road while you're testing new medication. So you did really good this week. I wasn't sure how that nausea was going to treat you driving on the highway. So
Yeah.
that's a good sign that you're handling it pretty good.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'll try to be back sooner than later.
Yeah.
But I definitely don't want to be, because you can't really go home during the week unless you really go out of your way. So I really don't want to be that detour reason.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be sick because there's no washrooms or anything.
So for those of you that keep thinking the sunset's going every time I use the inside gauge cam, shoulder cam, that is my visor reflecting my roof marker lights. When I'm editing video, I'm like, oh, that's a beautiful sunset. I'm like, wait, there was no sunset. It's dark.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
The visor up.
Yeah.
Yeah, just reflecting this bright light. No, it's not annoying. It's out of the way far enough that don't really think about it.
I mean, like our small visors radio, like kind of covers that all up. From
Yeah.
Where I'm sitting, so I
Yeah.
don't see it. Really. I know there's some people with Peterbilts that have like the
Really low visors, yeah.
Oh man, I can't imagine.
I sit way too tall. They must have their seat to the ground with no air ride in their seat, or a
Yeah.
very short person to sit low enough to. Like some guys can barely see over the dashboard. They're sitting that low in their truck.
And then they have those stupid huge shifters where your arm is like in the air.
And sitting that low to the ground, like your visibility over the hood is 10, 20 feet less.
I usually sit as tall as you or taller sometimes.
Yeah.
I like my seat to be really up high.
I would sit higher, except for I need my legs to be properly positioned for the pedals,
Yep.
or else they fall asleep if they got a pinched, I guess, vein. You got to make sure. I didn't think we were going to make it to the top, but you know what? It's beautiful up here at the top. We'll drive through the pretty section at the top to have a nice payoff at the end here. Lots of snow because we're making such good time up here. Well, at least to the brake check.
That's 90. I saw a 90 there.
Saw what?
How
Oh,
fast?
90 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
Minus 2.5. It was 0 at the bottom.
That's without wind chill, but it felt colder.
It felt colder with the breeze, yeah. It wasn't windy, but
I guess that's a good question.
what's that?
How many of you say the temperature, actual temperature, or the feels like temperature?
Yeah, when somebody says what temperature, or when if you say what temperature it is, do you automatically put the feels like temperature, or do you say temperature is 3 degrees Celsius, feels like, or minus 3 degrees Celsius, feels like minus 6? Or do you say it's minus 6 out? Because me, Manitoba growing up, we always told the real temperature. If it was breezy out, we always did the feels like. We made that feels like comment after. We would go, it's minus 29 outside, feels like minus 38.
Yep. That's how I did it.
That's how we would read temperatures. I'm meeting people online that go, hey, it's minus 6 out. I'm like, no, it's not. It's like plus 3. Well, no, it feels like minus 6 with a wind chill. Well, then say that. It's not. That's not the actual air temperature. To me, that's a lie.
So I'm kind of curious if there are other people that do that or not.
I moved my shoulder cam up a little higher. Which view do you guys like better? The lower angle or the higher angle? See more of the road up this way, right?
Really should fix that sign. The first sign's just been hanging there.
It's going to be like that until spring, I bet. There we go. We're at full speed limit. Minus 3.5. I didn't even put my four-way flashers on. That's how fast we were.
It feels so good. I'm just excited to get home. Like, yeah, food in the toaster oven, so
Tarp seems to be behaving. Turn
we'll
the
get dinner
rear.
soon.
What's that?
So yeah, food in the toaster oven. We'll have dinner soon.
Did it bing already?
Not yet.
Okay. Once it bings, we still have another couple minutes. 'Cause you can't set the time just long enough for burgers. There's certain meals that we want to set a little longer than the timer. And we like cooking it slowly, not at higher temperature. Why do we like it better that way?
More juicy.
More juicy?
If you do it too high, you also cook the outside quicker than the inside.
At the inside, yeah. We want it nice and even, and the inside to be no red.
If you don't like red, really, I can handle a little bit, but you,
I prefer no red.
yeah.
Beautiful trees. Oh, that one's overhanging the road a little bit. Hopefully the snow shakes off of it and it stands upright again.
I really wish I was tall enough to boomerang it.
Give it a high five.
Yeah. Not much traffic out right now.
No. It's 6:07 right now. I know it's not that late. It's 6:07. Feels like it's 9 p.m. with how dark it is. But like I said, I drive most of my day in the dark because during the daylight I'm unloading and loading. I don't do a lot of driving during the daylight. Days are going to start getting longer here, so I mean they've already been getting longer, but days are getting longer, so I'll eventually get back out of the nighttime driving. And when I did the survey, you guys want to see all daytime driving, lots more nighttime driving, or just nighttime driving once in a while. It seems like answers were all over the place, so we'll do nighttime driving once in a while. This time we're forced to. If you want a Friday video, it's got to be nighttime driving. But the video that came in 2 weeks ago with the moon, you guys could actually see the clouds in the video at night. And I'm like, we've never seen that before on video. Like that's not been a thing.
That's pretty cool.
It's like we can see the clouds at night. I'm excited. I'm sure nobody cared, but I was excited. That's cool. When there's moonlight, we're actually going to see a moonscape.
Yeah.
It's pretty darn overcast today, so
wonder if that could be set to take photos of the northern lights and then make a time lapse. Does that have enough super night mode for
I don't
photos?
know. Don't know the answer to that. Only one way to find out.
So if
Set it up on a tripod and find out.
it is super night mode for photography,
It might get northern lights in.
because our phones have basically night mode, right?
Super night mode's for video only.
Hmm.
I don't know. We'd have to record and see what it does.
So that might be pretty cool. I definitely have a computer fast enough and powerful enough to handle a time lapse like that now.
Yeah. The wrong switch.
It's a little misty in the windows.
A little more fan. Minus 4 degrees Celsius. Down to 56 kilometers an hour. This is usually the steepest section. This is where all the trucks spin out. Once you make it past this section, you're good. Unless you're a complete idiot. Have I spun out on this hill anywhere but this section? Yes. I've been a complete idiot before. I didn't know. I was learning how to drive an automatic up a mountain in my first winter. I think we're all idiots until we learn better.
That's how you get experience.
Yep. Little spots of fog here and there.
I'm just saying that you're into some fog.
There's the first bing. Getting some of that fog building up on the window too. Just wash it off.
Might work to be done at the brake check. No, the brake check's coming up too soon.
Maybe at the Paulson Bridge.
Yeah, maybe around there, yeah.
There's a big pull out there.
Take a few minutes to make a burger and eat it.
Yeah.
Usually those are lunch burgers, but it's dinner today.
Getting more fog. I might have to turn my brights off. There's little clouds here and there. The top of the mountain here, there's a lot more snow.
It's supposed to snow tomorrow still.
Okay. I'm not really concerned about that because we're not doing any driving this weekend, are we?
Maybe just around town.
I want to go skating though. If we can make that work out, I'd be happy.
Yep. I agree. Whether it's tomorrow or Saturday, we'll probably know.
What's that?
Whether it's tomorrow or Saturday, we'll probably know when I wake up in the morning how I feel tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah, they're skating on Friday.
Okay. Oh, so you're saying skating on Friday or Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
I don't know which yet.
Okay, I'm good with either. I'm running a little over the white line because honestly the right lane is too narrow for trucks, especially here. But might as well just take both lanes because I don't want, if a car catches up with us, I don't want them to be tempted to pass me. I mean, every now and then they still do, but that right lane does not have enough room for a big rig.
This is a little bit better than the Kootenai Pass, where sometimes you're on the yellow line.
Sometimes you're on halfway on. Yeah, we're halfway across the yellow line,
Yeah.
going downhill.
The Kootenai Pass is a little sketchy.
Most people go, oh, normally this is a passing lane going uphill, but the downhill lane doesn't exist. So the downhill lane is the oncoming traffic lane. And I've never had a problem with that, but I could see that being a problem with a head-on collision. Somewhere an idiot that doesn't read the room. They should technically take all the passing signs down when the road does that, I think.
Yeah, it probably would be better.
Because it could be held legally liable for having signs that don't communicate safe driving.
The trees are beautiful still.
I'm surprised there's not a ski hill here.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Because this is beautiful powder.
Because you have the one by Trail.
Yeah, Trail's got a ski hill. Very steep runs, but a small little ski hill.
And then you have like the one between Nelson and Samo.
Yeah.
But you can definitely.
And another one by Salmo. Salmo has their own ski hill.
Oh yeah, that one over there.
So there's quite a few ski hills. You're right. There's quite a few ski hills.
Like, I mean,
This way, Mount Baldy would be the nearest one. Are they even open this year?
I don't know yet.
Some years they've been closed, right?
But really, Christina Lake is like a tourist town this summer. They could
Yeah.
easily become tourist town winter.
The Christina Lake should focus on a ski hill over here and be a tourist attraction for skiers. They've got all these empty cabins just sitting there on the lake because it's a summer town.
You could have a shuttle over here.
Yeah.
And like a lot of people come over for cross country skiing and whatnot already. Snowmobiling.
Yeah. Build a ski here and bus. This Christina Lake is what? In a car, probably 15 minutes from Christina Lake to the top here.
You could really focus on even just the cross country skiing part of it and having good trails and groomed trails and if I was a business person. But I'm not.
There's also all sorts of illegally purchasing the land and yeah.
You probably wouldn't have to purchase it, you probably would just have to lease it.
Anyhow, coming up to our brake check here, I'm going to call it a day. Hope you guys enjoyed that. This is not at all what I expected to be shooting today.
I thought we'd be home by now.
I thought we'd be shooting some cool video of the new yard in Klesnikoff, and then I told Jess, I'm like, if everything goes perfect, we'll be home at 5 p.m. Now it's going to be more like 9, 10 p.m. That's all right.
No, it's not, because then you're like, I have to unwind from work, and then you'll be up to 3 a.m. and then regret it.
Yeah, that's probably going to happen.
Yep, I know you.
Especially since I'm going to take a bath and shower, and I'll be wide awake right as we need to go sleep.
Yep.
Okay, got to pull in here, do a brake check. I'm going to inspect the tarps and all that, and then hammer down. We'll catch you guys tomorrow on the bonus video, which got recorded yesterday in beautiful, beautiful blue sky.
Oh, good thing you didn't save it till today.
We're out of here. You guys rock.
Adios.